Hello and welcome to this Oak Tree English video on the City and Guilds ESOL Speaking and Listening Exam for Entry 3. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to pass the ESOL Speaking and Listening Exam at Entry Level 3. This is especially for the City and Guilds exam, but will be relevant for all ESOL oral exams. The exam is in 3 parts which test listening, speaking to communicate, and speaking to converse. That is, have a two-way conversation or discussion. We will go through each section and prepare how to pass. So, the listening section is a maximum of 15 minutes long. Within that 15 minutes, you'll hear a 1-minute recording and answer 4 to 5 questions about it. Those questions will be a mix of multiple choice, multiple answers, gist, and detail. Gist means the main idea and is one of the things you're marked on. You will hear the recording a maximum of 3 times. When you get your paper, the first thing you should do is analyze the question. Try and work out what the question is asking and what sort of answer you should give. Is it a name, a number, a date, an action? Find the gist question. Again, gist means the main meaning. We'll look at this close on the next slide. Then you will hear the recording for the first time. This time you should only answer the gist question, just the gist question, which will usually ask about the person speaking or the people they're speaking to. The second time you hear it, you should try and answer all the questions. But don't panic if you can't, because there is a third chance to listen and check your answers. Finally, you're given time to make sure you've written what you want to. Remember, this is a listening exam, not a writing exam, so you are only expected to write short answers of a few words. Let's look at an example that is in the public domain from the City and Guilds website. I won't play the audio so that your teacher can still make use of this resource. Let's break down what we know about each of these questions. First question. This is asking you to listen for detail, specifically for the number of the option you should press. This should give you a clue about the gist question, what type of text it is. And once again, I don't know why I have a little mini-me there at the bottom. Hello, mini-me. Hello, big me. So question 2 is asking you for the detail of an opening time. What time does the office open on Thursday? It's asking you for a specific time, like, for example, 1 o'clock or 12:15 or 7:45. Not the entire opening times, like 9 to 5 Mondays to Thursdays and 10 till 2 on Fridays and Saturdays. Only answer the question. Don't give more information. Question 3 is asking for 2 answers. 3 or possibly 4 answers may be given, but you only need to choose 2 of them. The locations may be in the newspaper or a website or in the back of a library book. You only need to say website or sign without giving enormous detail. The last one on this paper is the gist question. It is also a multiple choice question. This is the one you answer in the first listen. Only one of the choices will be right, although All of them will be suggested at different times in the recording. And that's all of the questions. Most students find this to be the easiest part of the exam. And if you have understood most of this video, you'll do well. The first speaking activity is 30 minutes long, in theory. But this includes about 10 minutes of speaking and 20 minutes planning. The task is in two parts. First, you'll be asked to give some personal details, such as your name and address, including postcode. You'll have to spell your name, make sure you can do the alphabet, and give one other personal fact, which you'll be asked for. The second part will be to talk about a topic that you have been given. The exam will suggest some things you should talk about. Make sure you speak about everything you are asked for. Let's think about the process of this task. The first thing you need to do is to read and understand the question. I know it sounds stupid to say in an exam the first thing you need to do is read the question, but you'd be amazed how many people fall down on that point. Here's an example question. Whew, there it is. Notice what you're asked to introduce. You're asked to introduce yourself, including when you began to study English. Now, try and match your answer to the tense. Say when you began to study English. I began to study English at school. I began to study English 3 weeks ago. I began to study English when I was 15. If you can, of course, if you wish, choose to say, I have been studying English for 3 years. And that's fine. You've mixed the tenses up a bit, but actually the examiners like to see that you're using extra tenses, so that's good. And then talk about the where, how long, what and why of your community. So before you go in, plan, make basic notes, just a few words. Don't try and write a script, that is writing every word you're going to say like in a play. You don't have time and it won't give a good result. You could make a mind map or a list of things you could talk about, and that'll be enough. Then you will be called back to do the exam. At that point, take a deep breath in, hold it, and then breathe out. Many people get most nervous for the least reason about this exam. Talking about yourself is something that comes naturally to most people, so just do it in English. Once in the exam, you'll be asked to give your personal details, including spelling your name. Make sure you can do that. Then you'll be asked to talk for a few minutes about the subject of your exam. If you've planned properly, this shouldn't be a problem. The second part of the speaking exam, called Activity 3, is also 30 minutes in theory. In practice, your 20-minute planning phase will take place at the same time as your speaking to communicate planning stage. So you'll have 40 minutes to prepare both, and then 20 minutes of speaking. Please don't forget to plan. That is the most common way people fail this exam. You will have an 8 to 12 minute discussion, usually with your tutor, although other candidates can be in the room. You will be expected to ask 2 questions, as well as give your own point of view. You must also cover all the points you are asked to speak about. Would you like to look at a question? Well, all right then, let's do that. The question will look like this. Pow! Oh, it's not supposed to come up. Oops. So I'm just going to have to go through it. There we go. Oh, that was a really good one. There it is. did that out of order. Sorry. The question will look like this. Notice the two parts: discuss and ask. Discuss your local council and the services they provide. Ask open questions to find out information. You're marked on both of these, so you must make notes first. Again, just a few words to keep you on track. You don't have time for a script. Include in your notes what you will say and what you will ask. If you get stuck and aren't sure what to write in your plan, go back to thinking about your question words: why, when, where, what, and who. When you've answered all those, you can ask your interlocutor, that is, the person you're speaking to, what their experience or opinion is. If you work and study hard, you should be able to pass this exam. If, for any reason, you don't, then there will be another chance later in the year, so don't cry about it. It's fine. I wish you very good luck and good planning. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, please remember to like, share and subscribe to Oak Tree English.